What's going on, family? How's everybody going? Everybody doing good. I hope we are living in what some would call uncertain times, but there's certain things that I think that would guarantee some certainty for us if we just learn to lock in and obey certain laws that would help us to be able to get to that level of success that we want. And this is just piggybacking off of a video that I listened to from Dr. Myles Monroe. He was basically talking about success laws, success principles, and he was specifically dealing in a time where there were some economic hardships, some challenges that was taking place. It doesn't say the exact year this was recorded, but I would assume it was around 2008 based on the information that was coming across. And it's powerful to think about the fact that there are so many things to be understood. There are so many things for us to be able to realize so that when hardships come, when crisis comes, when trials comes, if our eyes are open to those realizations, then we will be able to withstand whatever storms come, and we will be able to conduct ourselves in a way, conduct our lives in a way where it looks like we're not even being affected by what's going on. One of the things he talked about, and I'm going to share some of what he talked about in the talk, and also some insight that I've received, some thoughts that come to my mind while all of this was taking place, while I was watching this video. And it's all audio. There's nothing really to watch. It's just a thumbnail and some audio that's playing. But, one of the things that he talked about was the fact that not a dollar goes out of the atmosphere. Not a dollar leaves the Earth's hemisphere at all. You understand what I'm saying? So the money that we need, it exists in this earth. So what we need to do is we need to understand first and foremost that there are certain laws that we have to abide by in order to be successful. There are success principles that those who maybe have gone through the same pandemic, that we've experienced, gone through the same recessions that we've experienced, but for some reason, they're in a totally different tax bracket. They're in a totally different situation financially, whereas it doesn't look like they're struggling at all. There are men and women on the other side of the spectrum who have never experienced having wealth. They've never experienced, enjoying what they call the finer things in life. And the only thing that separates those that have and those that don't have are certain laws that they understand and live by. So if we were to learn about certain laws of success, then it's necessary for us to understand that we can also realize a totally different reality. We can realize a totally different life that we've probably never even thought about experiencing before. Now, there are companies that have a tendency to be able to grow very large. They have a tendency to, it seems like their road is easy. It seems like their process is simple. It's like everything they touch turns into gold. And I know there's a lot of companies, a lot of individuals, even some mom and pops that are probably scratching their head wondering how in the world these companies are so successful. Some of the reasons I'm going to share with you today, I'm not going to be able to share everything because success principles, there's a lot of them. But they're learnable, they're teachable, they're duplicatable, okay? One of the things that companies have gotten real good at is collecting data. it's important for us to be able to accumulate as much knowledge as possible about our customers, about our clientele, so that we can be able to serve them the best way that we can. Now, that data not only goes into learning names and numbers and getting email addresses. And if we're not getting that information, we're definitely missing it. I'm talking to myself as well to remind myself to stay on that path so that I can be able to continue to accumulate information, accumulate data of the people that I serve. Because, see, think about it. One of the reasons why Facebook is so valuable is because of the fact that they have data. They have information, loads of data from the people who subscribe, the people who scroll every day, the people who post, the people who boost posts, in order to be able to advertise their business or whatever it is that they might have an event coming up or something like that. Same thing with Instagram, same thing with TikTok, same thing, Twitter, so on and so forth. And there's a new one by the name of Fanbase. And Fanbase is growing very fast as well. It's created by Isaac Hayes. I believe he's the third. Isaac Hayes the third. Yeah. So these platforms have the ability to be able to grow vastly and to grow quickly because they have a system through which they are able to accumulate information and to move, to manifest, to execute on that information as quickly as possible. Because we are in the age that we are in right now, the one who gathers the most information and applies it the quickest is the one that wins. I mean, that's another law that we are living by right now. So you're gathering information about your clientele, you're taking that information and you're moving with it. You're doing what you need to do with it. You understand what I'm saying? Based on the nature of your business. In some cases, you might need the information in order to be able to send out, baby clothes. You might be selling baby clothes, and you might have new information available about the baby clothes that you have. That you can go ahead and get to your clients. And nowadays, you also have to have multiple ways in order to be able to get products, to get services to your clients. There are people who ship products. There are people who deliver products. There are people who are using some of these third-party sites in order to be able to get their products and services to people. There's I think they're called ghost kitchens, who are using DoorDash in order to be able to get their food to their clients. They may not necessarily have a restaurant yet, but they have this business that is running in this kitchen that they're renting from somebody, and they're building their name. They're building their brand. And another law I'm going to talk about is protecting the name. You have to protect your name. You have to protect your brand. And the way you protect your name and your brand is through guarantees and warranties. The things that you have to say to your clients, the things that you are telling them about your products, about your services, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and make sure that you got some guarantees set up, that you got some warranties set up in order to be able to protect the product, protect the product's functionality, but the end game is to protect the brand, to protect your name. You understand what I'm saying? So in order for you to be able to ensure your success, you have to protect your name, because you want to make sure that when people are talking about your product, your service, your company, your brand, you got to make sure that they're saying good things. And if for any reason they're having any challenges, you have to make sure that your customer service is so tight that you're able to turn a bad situation into a good situation. I mean, pardon me, it's 3 o'clock in the morning right now, and I've literally been up all day. But I just felt that the need to be able to share this, to get this information out, because of the fact that there are so many of us who think, I gotta build my brand, I gotta build my brand, I gotta build my brand. you don't really know what you have in your hands. There's a lot of us that don't really realize what we're working with. We don't really realize what we're dealing with, in dealing with our clients, and dealing with our customers, and dealing with the public, and dealing with those onlookers who want to see how we're handling those who already supported our products and services. So we want to make sure that we're doing the very best that we can to make sure that our clients, that our customers are happy. And another way that is being done is by collecting data through surveys. So companies are basically asking clients and customers, hey, how am I doing? How are we doing? And what can we do to improve our product? What can we do to improve our service? How can we better help you? How can we better serve you? How can we make sure that we're giving you the best product and service that we possibly can? How can we make sure we're doing that? So they have these surveys that are floating around, and sometimes the surveys are sent via email or something like that. And one good way to ensure that your survey is, for one, being opened up, and two, actually being filled out and submitted, is to probably add some type of bonus, some type of discount, some type of gift to that client, to that customer, so they have an incentive to go ahead and to open up, gift card, something like that, what I'm saying, in order for them to open up this email in the first place, go through this survey. Because even if you say, hey, it only takes a few seconds, it only takes a few minutes to fill it out, and we appreciate it, thank you in advance, so on and so forth, it's still in the back of your average client's minds like, I really don't have time for this. Even if they're, at home watching Netflix or something like that and relaxing. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, half times people don't really want to be bothered. Most times, if they do it at all, if they have any type of motivation, is if they know the owner. You understand what I'm saying? If they have a personal relationship, if it's a cousin, close friend, they want to see him successful, hey, sure, I'll take the time to go ahead and, take care of the survey thing real quick, send it in to make sure you get your information so your business can be successful. But 9 times out of 10, if a customer doesn't have any vested interest in the company, you're going to have to give them an incentive. You're going to have to give them some type of motivation in order for them to go ahead and to, fill out that survey, give you that information. But going back to the guarantees, going back to the warranties, there are companies that have been successful because they've been able to say to their clients, they've been able to say to their customers, and they even put it in the manual. There's a whole page. Most of us don't read. There's a whole page on guarantees. There's a whole page on warranties. And they let you know step by step what to do if you're having any challenges. First, before you even go that far, you have a troubleshooting page. So the company actually takes the time to teach you what to do if what they told you what to do doesn't seem to work for you. So you have your troubleshooting page where, okay, what if the product doesn't turn on? What do I do if I'm not getting any power? And there's a couple of things they might check off. Hey, are you checking your wires? Are your batteries fresh? Is the power button on? Does the power button work properly, or is it some kind of shortage? How's your wire looking? Check your wires. Check your connection from your wire to the wall. Check your connection from your wire to your device, so on and so forth. There are troubleshooting steps that you can take so that you won't prematurely turn in the product and the service, and it ends up getting, that same product ends up getting turned back to you, shipped back to you, because of the fact that there was nothing wrong with it. All you had to do was, make sure you pressed the power button until it actually clicked. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's something as simple as that. So then you get to the place where, okay, I did all the troubleshooting steps, still not necessarily working. What do I do? There's still options. So now you got the guarantee. You see what the guarantee is. You see what the warranty is. You have your receipt. It's still under warranty, and they say, hey, you can If it's not working properly, you went on through all the troubleshooting steps, you can go ahead and you can take the package and send it back to us. Put the product back in the box, send it back to us, and we will, if it's repairable, go ahead and repair the product and send it back to you. Or what we'll do is we'll send you a brand new product free of charge. And like I said, the end game of it all is to protect the brand, to protect your name. And that's something that I believe that God does when it comes to us. There's certain laws that are given to us in order to be able to ensure our success and ensure our proper functionality, so that we can be able to maximize our experience here on earth. And if we don't follow those instructions, there are certain there's troubleshooting pages that we can go to that will assist us in making sure that we're doing all the things necessary, taking all the steps necessary to ensure our success and ensure our proper functionality on earth. And so we see this with companies. We see this with businesses. Just like God does these things to protect his name, he ensures our success. Everything that he's created to be successful. When birds fly, they're successful. That's part of what they're created to do. Now, there's some birds that naturally don't fly, but those who are naturally supposed to fly are created to fly. When they fly, that's success. When trees bear fruit, that's success. You know what I'm saying? Those trees are successful. When bears hibernate in the wintertime, they are successful because they're doing what they're created to do. So if we do what we are created to do, we follow laws of success, we follow instructions of success, then we can ensure the fact that we are going to see the brighter side of reality, the brighter side of life, the brighter side of this world, the brighter side of success, or the road to success. Because on the road to success, we're learning, we're growing. There is an actual learning curve. So on that actual learning curve, what happens is we might have a tendency to make some mistakes. We might have a tendency to sometimes intentionally do things wrong in an attempt to kind of get a little shortcut, so we don't have to go the long route, But sometimes you can't shortcut the shortcut. Sometimes that is the shortcut. That is the shortest way. And if you try to cut that, then you're going to leave out some very important steps. You're going to leave out some very important stages that's going to bring you to that vision that you manifested in the beginning. And this is important to understand too. If what you're seeing right now doesn't line up with the vision that you had in the beginning, then that only means that you're not done. That only means that you're not there yet. It's not time to throw in the towel. It's not time to give up. It's time maybe to look a little closer to see, okay, what needs to be adjusted? Is it me that needs to be adjusted? Is it somebody that I'm allowing in my surroundings to be adjusted? Is there some type of change that I need to make? You know what I'm saying? Are there some books that I'm supposed to be reading? Are there some classes I'm supposed to be taking? Or maybe I need to back up and go through the basics step by step. I might have to do that in order to be able to find out, like, I found out what's missing. Throw that in the mix, and then boom, you got everything locked in tight like Voltron. I know I'm taking it way back to the 80s, but I didn't grow up on Power Rangers. I was already grown. I grew up on Voltron. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about protecting the name, protecting the brand. And I got a question for you. What is, if you could say it in one word, what is the thing that you're building when you're building a brand? What are you building? If you could just think, it's just one word. If you could think of one word, if you could sum it all up into one word. I had a conversation with a client of mine, who's also grown to be a friend. I mean, I've been cutting his hair for about 7 years now. And he asked me this question a few years ago. And he's been in the rap game since mid 80s. So he knows a lot about success. He knows a lot about the road to success. He knows a lot about simplifying things so it's easier for you to get to the end game or the end goal. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to success, one word. Have you thought about it yet? All right, I'm gonna give it to you. The word is trust. When you're building a brand, what you're actually building is trust. When you're establishing your name, you're building trust. Think about it. You have favorite artist, right? And you might have collected some of their paintings. You look at them all the time and you see the little signature on the bottom right corner, which is where they normally put it. And you're just appreciating this fine piece of art, this fine work of art. And you're like, man, sometimes just staring at it like, my goodness, like look at all the detail, look at all the lines and the shading and, all of these beautiful things, with contours and, all this fancy artwork jargon, saying terminology that people have a tendency to use from time to time. And you're just looking at the warmth, and so many different dynamics of this art. And you've collected a few pieces throughout the years. So let's say, that you hear through the grapevine that, hey, there is this artist working on another line of pieces that they're about to release. And you're thinking right away like, oh man, I can't wait to see him. Oh man, I'm excited. You're saving up money, put money to the side, getting everything together, because you're like, yo, I may get about 2 or 3 this time. I'm not gonna just settle for one, because the one I had already purchased a few years ago, it had already gained some value. It's more valuable now. It's worth more now than it was when I bought it. And so, what happened? What happened between the time when you first bought one to where now, you're talking about purchasing about 2 or 3 more? What happened? Trust was built. Trust was built. So it could be a musical artist. You ready to go ahead and pre-order on Apple Music. You're ready to go ahead and they're coming to town. You're buying your tickets way in advance. You're not waiting to the last minute. Why? Because trust has been established. You now trust this artist. Same thing with a business. A car company, your favorite car company comes out with a new model, a new 2024. You ready to go ahead and get your order in. You're ready to go ahead and to make sure that you have everything in line, that your credit is right. That if you're in a position that, if you need to put down a down payment, you're putting your down payment to the side. As soon as this truck drops, you got it. It's yours. Why? Because you trust the company. You trust the brand. You watch some videos on YouTube, checked out the new features. You're getting excited. You're sitting there, with your significant other. You're like, babe, yeah, we're gonna take some road trips in this bad boy. We're gonna do some good things in this piece right here. Why? Because of the fact that you trust the company. You trust the company. And that's exactly what you want to build as an entrepreneur. You want to build trust. So, in any of what I shared at this point, was there any talk about arguing with your customers? No. Was there any talk about, offering something other than what your clients had asked for when they're having challenges? Because we have some companies that actually do that. Somebody's having a challenge with a product or with a service, and they're saying, I want this product, I want this service, can I just get it replaced? Or if a service that's being given by somebody who's not a good customer service, you just want somebody else that's going to be able to give you that same service, that service that you came for. And so what happens is there's some companies that's just like, hey, why don't you try this service over here? This special Leonidas package. You know what I'm saying? And you ask for Mufasa. You know what I mean? They're trying to give you the Leonidas package. But yeah, I want you, try the Leonidas package, or, I'll swap you out, the Jimmy 2000 for the Jimmy 2100. And I don't want the Jimmy 2100. I want the Jimmy 2000. That's what I came for. And there's companies that literally try to do that, try to talk you out of what you came for in order to be able to get what they want to give you at that time. And what happens when that takes place, the trust for the name diminishes. And you might have lost a customer, and you don't know how many people that customer is connected to, so you might have lost tons of customers. Now, because of word of mouth, those customers no longer trust your name. However, on the flip side, going back to the data and building a trust, another thing you want to do is you want to gather testimonials. People had a good experience. You want to get them while they're still excited. Hey, why don't you share your experience? You know what I'm saying? It's another survey. We'll give you another $5 off, $50 off, whatever, depending on the product or the service. If you go ahead and fill out this survey for us. Oh yeah, no problem. You guys did great anyway. I don't mind. Go ahead, filling it out on paper, or, typing it in your computer, or whatever the case may be. And there you have it. You got another testimonial, whether it's on Google, whether it's on your company's website, whether it's on your company's social media page. You got this whole nother testimonial that's helping you to, boost your name up. Build that trust so that you get more clients, you get more customers. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand that it's important. Every single client, every single customer that walks through your doors are important. Every client or customer that logs onto your website are important. Now, you may not like all of them, because at the end of the day, we're all people. So there's personalities that mesh, and there's personalities that clash. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just human nature. But as a business owner, you have to be emotionally intelligent enough to deal with everybody with respect, to deal with everybody with excitement, with the joy, as if they're your best friend, because they're here to support your business. They're here to put money in your pocket. They may be paying for your light bill, for your car note. They may be paying for your mortgage. They may be paying a percentage of that tithes, of course, that you're, giving in the church every week, or a percentage of that charity that you're giving to, whether it's St. Jude's or March of Dimes or whatever, in order for you to be able to conduct all of the business that you conduct on a daily basis. So understand, all of these people are important, and they all must be treated like they're important. We can't treat any of our clients, any of our customers like they don't matter, not for a second. And you know what? We're human. And sometimes we may fall short. But when that happens, if that happens, get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Do what you can to make up for it. Do what you can, you know what I'm saying, to once again make that client feel like a king or a queen. All right? You want to be able to build trust. Build that brand to the point where, man, it's like gold. And here's what's going to happen. opportunities are going to come for your company to expand. Opportunities are going to come for you to grow. I'm going to shift a little bit. Talking about tough times in the economy. There are certain things that's important for you to understand in order to be able to choose not to participate in a recession. That's possible. First, you got to know that. You can do that. You can choose not to participate. One of the things that I've learned as a barber, that it's important for me to have clientele that have either jobs or businesses or a lifestyle that can withstand, economic crisis, that can stand challenges in finances when we're talking about the society at large. Because here's what I know. Like they say in the corporate world, stuff, another word for stuff that I'm not going to use, rolls downhill. So the people who get it the hardest, the worst, are those that are at the bottom of the totem pole. And back when we had an economic crash in 2007, 2008, well, more 2008 than 2007, because 2007 I was still doing pretty well. 2007 is where the challenge came. Most of the clients that I had lived in the hood. Most of the clients that I had, were in positions where they were, like I said, on the bottom of the totem pole. So because of that, when things went crazy, when it came to the economy, they lost their jobs first. But the ones who were in like manager positions, regional managers, CFO, CEO, a lot of those people still had their job. Most of those people still had their jobs and they were still doing well. Also, actors, actresses, business owners, right? Newscasters, these people who were sports commentators, all of these people, they still got to stay fresh. So if you got those folks as clientele, when the economy's not doing so well, you're still going to eat. You're still going to eat. You're still going to be all right. And this is one of the things that I taught to my barber students when I was teaching back home in upstate New York. I was letting them know, you have to get clientele that has money in order for your business to be able to survive. This is real talk. This is real talk, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Because when it comes to the hood, you want to be in a position where, okay, you can give to the hood. You can bless the hood. But you don't want to depend on the hood to eat. Because when they not eating, you're not eating. And how can you help them if you're not eating? So you have to place yourself in a position. As an entrepreneur, you are a leader. You're a leader. So you have to think on a totally different level. So it's important for you to put yourself in a strong financial position so you can help not only yourself, but you can help your people. You can help your community. Those folks that grew up with you. Those folks that used to play in the park with you. Those folks that used to go and be in those dance battles with you, sometimes in the middle of nowhere. The ones you were in the talent shows with and all that good stuff. Ones you got in trouble with. You might have skipped school with them. It became a habit for them. You decided it wasn't the thing for you, so you went another direction and decided to get serious with your life. But that's still your boy. That's still your homegirl. You know what I'm saying? So you might see them struggling right now. Best thing to do is to look out for them. But you can't do that if you're not placing yourself in a position of power. You can't do that if you're not making sure that you are surrounding yourself with a network, right, that can help you get to where you have to go. Because you got a clear goal and you have a clear vision. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to accomplish. Those regular distractions that catch the average person don't slow you down. You think on a different level, right? So you owe it to yourself and to the people who are depending on you to be successful. Because in some cases, if you don't make it, your family's not going to make it. If you're not all right, your family's not going to be all right. Some of you may be supporting your parents. You may be supporting your older or younger siblings. You may have to take in nieces and nephews. You may have to adopt people that have gone to your church and have witnessed, not just witnessed, but gone through certain tragedies. They might have lost their mother and lost their father. Grandmother's gone too. And if you don't take them in, they'll end up being awarded a estate. So you got to go ahead and do what you have to do to take care of them so they don't end up being separated. It might be multiple children. So they don't end up being separated. They don't end up in the streets. These may be some things that might take place if you're not in position. So you got to get in position so you can be able to help some folks. So you can be able to bless some folks. There's individuals in the streets, right, that need to see an example of somebody who looks like them that's successful. Because it's going to encourage them, it's going to empower them, it's going to motivate them to let them know, hey, I can do it too. I can be successful too. I don't always have to get it from the mud. I can get it from the market. I don't always have to, scrape and scrap and do everything that I got to do, that I used to have to do in order to be able to get it. Now I got other options. Now there's other ways that I can make it happen because my man showed me, or my homegirl showed me the way because of what they learned. They done got around a mentor. They got around a coach. They got around a network that thinks like them, that helped them steel sharpen steel, iron sharpen iron. It helped them in order to be able to grow and to sharpen their blade and get to that next level. And now they helping me sharpen my blade so that I can be able to help me and mine. This is how this thing goes sometimes. It's a domino effect. So it can be a positive domino effect if you are focused, if you're committed, if you're emotionally intelligent, if you're passionate about your dream, if you're passionate about your goal, if you're passionate about what it is that you're looking to accomplish. Because it's not going to happen unless you buckle down and obey laws of success. Successful people are successful because they obey certain laws. People that are not successful are not obeying those laws. One of the books I just recently picked up was John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. But what brought that back to my memory was association. Being in the right room, being around the right people. You know what I'm saying? And the one I heard brought it up specifically was Nehemiah Davis. It was Nehemiah Davis, David Shands, and Donnie Wiggins were sitting around talking. It's a podcast recording. But, they be kicking it. So it's like they just sitting around talking. And I love being in a room. I love being in a room. Just sitting around, just soaking up the information. Sharpening my blade so that I can be able to help me and mine. You understand what I'm saying? This is a journey. This is a process. And it's important that you get around the right people so you can learn the right laws. You can learn the right principles so that you can ensure your success. there's a few things that I share in this video. Like I said, there's so much more. There's so much more. But I just want to get on here and just talk a little bit because I care about y'all. And I want to see people come up. I want to see people do well. You got a dream, you got a goal, you got a vision. Go after it. Huh? You got a calling on your life to do something specific. You got a purpose. Go after it. And don't let up on it. I'm talking about that thing that just won't let you go. That thing that just won't let you sleep. It just won't let you have any peace. You can't relax because it just keeps eating at you. It keeps calling you. It keeps knocking. Do. Sometimes it wakes you up out of your sleep. You can be sound asleep. You in there good. And boom. It wakes you up. Now you're up. Might be 3, might be 4 o'clock in the morning. You like, oh man, let me write this down so I don't forget it. Because I know if I go back to sleep, wake up in the morning, I'm not going to write it down. I'm not going to think to do it because the day's going to start and I'm hustling, bustling all day. Next thing you know, I forgot. Or at least put in your voice note. So even if your voice is groggy or whatever, cracking, you know your voice. You hear what you said. You know what I'm saying? But document it. Document it. That next step to that dream comes to you. That next step to that goal comes to you. Man, document it. You know where I started doing that? I tell you, this is crazy. I started learning that playing video games. Playing video games. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Super Mario Brothers. So many of them. Tomb Raider. You know what I'm saying? Altered Beast. Huh? Contra. Metroid. All of these games. Goonies. All of these games. And there would be times when I would try over Contra. Well, I'll try over and over again. Over and over again. Over and over again. To get past this certain board. And just having a hard time with it. Struggling. Like, oh man. But there's something in me that won't allow me to let it go. Another game, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat. Something in me that would not allow me to let it go. So I'll try it over and over again. Get to the same part of the board. And fall out or whatever the case may be. Get knocked out or whatever. Same part of the board. Try it over and over. The next thing you know, I'm just on my way back home from school or having a conversation with somebody. We're talking about the game. You know what I'm saying? Or it come up in a dream. And the solution will come. Try it this way. And if I wake up early enough before it's time to go to school, you know, man, I'm on it. Turn the game on. Boom. And all of a sudden, I passed that board that I was struggling with so hard. And the solution, 9 times out of 10, was so simple. Or having a conversation with a friend. And they'll say something like, hey, all you got to do is blah, blah. And that might not have been the answer, but that might have been close enough to the answer to help me to find the answer. It's like, boom, that's it. And after a while, what I started to do is I started to apply it to my life. But here's another step. Here's another stage of it. Beyond just having a dream, talking to a friend, or idea just coming just by living life, they started coming out with books that'll teach you the step-by-step, all the secrets, some of the things that you can't even really see with the naked eye. But you go to this board and you turn this corner, you go here, you press this leaf, and a whole corridor opens up. You know what I'm saying? A whole nother tomb or whatever. This big stone door. Like, whoa, there's tons of mummies coming out, zombies or whatever. You know, but on the other side of that fight is a big old treasure that you never would have had because you would have ran right past it. You didn't know it was there. So I've learned that too, to apply that as well. Information is also in the book. You can't just rely on mentorship. You can't just rely on your coach. You got to pick up some books and read it. Whether it's a physical book or it's an audio book. You got to pick up that physical book, pick up that audio book, man. Get that information in. And another thing you have to get good at, because Nehemiah says success loves speed, right? You have to learn how to get that knowledge and apply it as quickly as possible. Don't take too much time playing mental ping pong. I've done that. Just trying to make sure I'm getting everything right. But when it comes to success, there's not always, I'm saying the path itself, there's laws you still have to abide by, but there's not always a perfect route. There's not always a perfect route. So yeah, businessmen and women, successful businessmen and women can sit around and talk about successful principles, success principles. But their actual roads to success always vary. They always vary. That's why we're always interested in finding out what happened. That's why we're watching the podcasts that we watch. Social Proof Podcast, Earn Your Leisure. You know, we're watching The Vote. We're watching $1 Million Worth of Game. There's so many podcasts that we're watching, so many things that we're watching. Total Transparency, Growing Pains, right? We're watching all of these podcasts because of the fact that we see and we understand that there is a story to everybody's success. And maybe, just maybe, I can get something out of somebody else's story that I can apply to mine in order to be able to get the success that I want, to get the success that I need, the success that my family needs, the success that the people who are connected to me and dependent on me need. You got to seek it out. It's not going to fall in your lap. Now, when you seek it out, sometimes it's going to seem like something fell on your lap, but it's because you were where you were supposed to be when you were supposed to be there. 9 times out of 10, if you were on that couch, going with the decision not to go, because sometimes you might decide not to go, but you'll still end up going. So if you're going with the decision not to go, then you're going to miss out. But when you show up, oh man. I remember when I was just about to get ordained as a minister, as a you know, some say reverend, some say elder. When I was just about to get ordained, I had gone through a lot of hoops. There was a lot of things that I was asked to do that I had to do, and that's not nothing crazy. You know, the classes I had to take, there were places I had to go and speak. There were some places where I was asked just to come, just show up and be in support. You know, another pastor, another reverend, and so on and so forth. And I was, at this point, I was near the end of my process. I was just about to go to the through the ordination service. And one of the elders said to me, they said, you know, there's a power in showing up. And everywhere we asked you to go, you showed up. With everything we asked you to do, you showed up. You see that you weren't the only one who started on this journey. And I wasn't. He said, you weren't the only one who started on this journey. He said, but where are those others? And you're about to go to the next level. And I did. And I was blessed. I got ordained. So you're about to go to the next level because you showed up. And I appreciated the fact that he saw that. because sacrifices that I made were very hard. I'm a barber. There's a lot of Saturdays I gave up. Weekends that I've given up in order to go to do this process, to go through the training. I had to travel 3.5 hours multiple times a month to go to Rochester and complete my class. This class was a 6-month class. Traveling back and forth in the snow, in the ice sometimes. You know, sometimes we didn't know how hard we were going to get hit until we were in the middle of it. First thing you see is the salt trucks. And once you see the salt trucks on the highway, then you know it's trouble. If you live in an area where it's always nice, you won't have any idea what I'm talking about. But when you see the salt trucks, and it's upstate New York, and going west, there's trouble ahead. There is trouble ahead. And yes, the big snowflakes are falling, the wind is coming, the ice may be coming down, the hail might be coming down. But at that time, you still might have 2 more hours to travel. And you're seeing cars off on the side of the road. Some that have gone to the side of the road intentionally, waiting for everything to calm down. So they got their flashers on, they got the heat on. They're trying to keep it shoveled in the back of the vehicle so that the carbon monoxide doesn't back up into the vehicle and kill everybody in there. And there was some people on the side of the road that didn't make that choice, but they lost control of the vehicle. And now they're not only on the side of the road, they might be up on a little hill on the side of the road, so they're definitely going to need help. Or they might be in a ditch, they're going to need help getting out. And we're driving past them. Why? Because I trusted God. I trusted his name. I trusted his brand. He's brought me through a lot. And I knew he was going to get me through that process. I didn't even know what the whole process even looked like. But I know what my God, what my Lord and Savior had done for me. And he helped me get there. And I'm telling you, you never know who is going to need your product. You never know who is going to need your service and what it means to them and their lives. So if they're coming to you with concerns, listen. If they're coming to you with a great testimonial, don't take it lightly. Understand what you built and understand what you built, what it means to people. Because you may be out here building a brand and you might think it's a simple product or service, but it can be positively affecting someone's life. And it might not necessarily be the product itself or the service itself. It might be the people who run the company. It might be you as a CEO. It might be your mission statement that impacts them, or the charities that you contribute to, or the community that you serve, or communities, the countries your business may be giving aid to. There's so many things to consider. When you're building a business, you're building something special. This is way more about just making money. It goes way deeper than just getting a bag. You have the potential to make an impact, a powerful impact in somebody's life, a powerful impact in somebody's family, a powerful impact on somebody's community, a powerful impact on that school student that watched you as you came to speak to that elementary school, junior high school, college, and took something very special with them and carried it with them through life. And to say, because of that entrepreneur that came to visit my school, I am where I am right now. I remember Mike Tyson was talking about being in a group home. This was years ago on the Arsenio Hall show. Probably was 1990, 1991, somewhere around there. And he was talking about the fact that Muhammad Ali came to the group home where he was living. And he was able to hear some things and see some things in Muhammad Ali that helped Mike Tyson to envision himself famous and wealthy and in the position that he was in on that date where he was on the Arsenio Hall show. And the powerful thing about that is he wasn't just talking to Arsenio Hall. He was able to say it to Ali because Ali was also there. And Sugar Ray Leonard was there as a witness to hear what Mike Tyson had to say about Muhammad Ali. You have the potential to make a powerful impact. Learn the principles of success. Learn the laws of success. Carry it out. Execute. Execute. Get it done. Make it happen. Show and prove. And watch the kind of impact you can make. The kind of waves you can start. The kind of movement you can either initiate or continue. Because you said yes to your dream. You said yes to your vision. You said yes to your empire. So I hope I said something to help you on this morning. It's almost 4 a.m. I hope I said something to help you on this morning. But we'll be sharing some more. I'll be definitely sharing some more this year in different shapes and forms. Because a lot of this information that also helped me to start King's Chambers Grooming Company, being part of the morning meetup. There were a couple of things that I had heard. One of them was, your business doesn't necessarily have to look perfect in the beginning. Just get started. Just do something. Do something. Quality may not be A1, your system may be sloppy, everything may be out of control. Just get it done. Just do something. Do something. Get started. Just get started, right? And then another thing that I heard from a specific entrepreneur in the morning meetup, and the name of her brand is Do It Ugly. And I heard it a few times in a few different ways that, hey, there's some of us that just do so much to try to wait until everything is perfect because we want to finesse. We want to look good. We want to look sharp. We want to look stylish or whatever, or we want to look like we know what we're doing. We want to look polished right from the beginning. But in the beginning, you might just have to, in order to be able to get some traction, to get some success, to get some things done, you might just have to do it ugly. Do it ugly. Just do it. Might not be pretty, might not be what you want for it to be, but just do it ugly. Just make it happen. Because the reality is, It's your time. And another reality is you have an adversary who's playing defense, trying to stop you because they might have been able to peek into the impact that you're going to make. They might have had an opportunity to peek into what you're going to accomplish and who you're going to help by doing what is in your heart to do, by doing what is in your mind to do, by doing that thing that you always wanted to do since you were little. You might have to do it ugly. And after a while, it's going to get smoother. Your system is going to improve. Your quality is going to improve. You're going to be making more money, so you're going to be able to hire some help so you don't have to be everything to everybody who walks through your doors. You're going to have responsibilities that are going to be delegated. So there's going to be other people on your team that's going to be able to take some weight off of you so you can focus on the big picture. You can focus on what it's going to take to get this whole train moving so everybody can eat. Because you're the visionary. You're the entrepreneur. So you're going to be able to, like it says in the E-Myth Revisited, also have technicians, to have managers, so they can handle all of those things. So you can focus on being the entrepreneur. You can focus on being that visionary, bringing everything where it's supposed to go. Jeff Bezos was able to master that. There's so many I can name. Tyler Perry was able to master that. David Shands is mastering it. I'm hearing a lot from him. I'm hearing a lot from Donnie Wiggins. Hearing a lot from Nehemiah Davis. You know, hearing a lot from Patrick Bet-David. Hearing a lot from so many rising stars, entrepreneurs that are making a difference, making an impact. And you know what? You want to have your name on that list. One last thing I want to add before I log off or whatever. You want to watch what you say to yourself. Because sometimes we can be very hard on ourselves as entrepreneurs. Saying stuff like, oh, how could I be so stupid? You know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Oh, come on, man. Oh, you idiot. Don't talk to yourself like that. You understand what I'm saying? You speak what you want. Speak the mind that you want to have. Man, you're a genius. You're legendary. You're iconic. You're a sharp thinker. You can do this. You can rise above this. Come on, think. Pull it out of you. Right? Watch how you talk to yourself. Watch how you talk about your business. Don't sit around, oh, it's not going nowhere. It's not growing. My team is trash. You know what I'm saying? Speak life over your business. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Speak life over your business. And I'm not just talking about, and this is something you want to also have in your arsenal. You want to have affirmations written down, of course. You want to have affirmations on your voice notes, right? Because you're going to be training your mind. A lot of people think that you train this with this, but it's the total opposite. You train this with this. Training your mind with your tongue. So you're speaking your affirmations out loud. You got your affirmations, you know, when you might be tired or whatever, you might be on the plane, putting your headphones on, you got your affirmations going, so you're not screaming out your affirmations on the plane. You know what I'm saying? So you got your affirmations going in your ear, it's in your voice, so you're picking up, you're receiving, right? But you don't want to stop there. You want to make sure that your daily conversation to yourself and about your business and to your team and to the people you love and everything you're looking to touch is lining up with those affirmations. You got to get to a position where you're one. Where what you do, what you think about, what you say are the same. That's true integrity. That's true character. Character is who you are when no one's around. Character is doing the right thing because it's right and doing it right. I learned that from Danny Snipes. You might not know who he is. He's a multimillionaire. Doing the right thing because it's right and doing it right. I used to have that written on my wall. For years, I had it written on my wall. But that's character. So when nobody else is around, you're walking in integrity. You're walking with the right character. Right? So when you're lining everything up with those affirmations, you're going to see a change. You're going to see a shift in your business. You're going to see a shift in your mindset. You're going to see a shift in your mood and your attitude. You're going to see a shift around you in the performance of your team. You're going to see a shift in production, in your pockets, finances. You're going to see a shift. You're going to see a shift. So that's it for now. We're going to share more at another time. But I hope everybody has a blessed night, blessed day, whenever it is that you're watching this video. But I'll go ahead and holler at y'all later. All right? Have a blessed night. Peace.